Hi, Dan. Thanks for joining. I'm just going to give everybody a few minutes to hop on today. We've got about 30 people registered today, so I just want to give everyone some time to join the webinar. Hi, guys. Thanks for joining. Welcome. Hi, Judy. Hi, Shelly. Hi, Wendy. Thanks for being here. Hi, everybody. Welcome. We're just going to give everyone a few minutes to come in, give some people some time to get in today. I hope you're all doing well. We had a thunderstorm here in Ithaca today. I don't know if you guys got hit over in Syracuse, but it was some much needed rain. Actually, Alan said that the rain did not hit in Cortland, which is where our farm is, and we could really use some rain right now. So do a rain dance, send over some rain for us. All right, I'm just gonna give everyone a few more seconds to log in and then we can get started today. Sounds like it's raining again. It is. Well, my plants will be happy. That's good. All right, let's get started. Okay, hi everybody. My name is Karli. I am the co-founder and CEO at Head and Heels CBD. I will be recording today's session, so Wendy, you're absolutely welcome to share this with the Natur-Tyme community after this webinar is over. And I encourage you all to participate. Feel free to enter any questions you have for me in the chat. You can ask questions as I'm going. I'm happy to answer questions throughout the presentation. All right, so let's hop into it. I'm going to share my screen. I have a little presentation for you all tonight, and we will get started. Let me make sure that I can see the chat. All right. Can you guys see my slides okay? If you can enter in the chat, yes. Wendy says yes. All right, wonderful. All right, guys. So I am here tonight to talk about CBN. CBN is a cannabinoid that occurs naturally in the hemp plant. And we at Head and Heel use CBN for a better night's sleep. So Wendy is doing a promotion for the month of May, only a few days left on this, 25% off our CBN product in the store. So make sure you go in and check that out. But we will talk more about that at the end as well. I wanted to start by asking you all a question. How would you currently rate your sleep? 1 being the very best sleep and 10 being the very worst sleep. Enter in the chat what you would rate your current sleep to be at. A 7 from Corrine, not great. All right, anyone else? All right, well, we know, yes, the 7s all the way down, great. So not great. We want you guys to sleep well. Sleep is at the core of our health, and it is crucial to having enough energy during the day. So our goal at Head and Heel is to help you get better sleep. Today, I'm going to go through, talk about myself and my company a little bit, talk about why sleep is so essential, what actually is CBN, and how does it interact with our bodies. I'm going to talk a little bit more about Head and Heel's CBN formula and talk a little bit about our real customer reviews of CBN. So this is me and Alan in our hemp fields last summer. Alan has been a certified organic farmer for 10 years now. We started the farm, he started the farm growing vegetables many, many years ago as a backyard garden. And over the last 10 years, it's really grown into a pretty huge operation. Wendy at Natur-Tyme was one of our very, very early CSA pickup spots. We still grow over 30 acres of vegetables for our community supported agriculture program. Now we just do pickups at the Syracuse Regional Market. And we actually got our start at the Syracuse Regional Market with Head and Heel as well. We started selling CBD alongside our veggies, and it really just took off. We got into CBD because Alan had Lyme disease, and actually tonight at 7 p.m. we'll be doing another webinar about Lyme disease and how CBD works with Lyme disease. But we really wanted to grow Alan his own medicine at our farm, and we thought it was just going to be this small thing we did at the farmer's market. But now we employ over 30 people between our farm, our extraction facility, and our sales and marketing teams. And we're based right in Cortland, New York, so not so far from Syracuse. And we grow all of our hemp and extract all of our hemp on our own farm, which isn't very common in the CBD industry. A lot of companies private label or get their CBD from other places. So when you're buying from Head and Heel, you are buying from the actual farmer who grew the hemp that is in your product. It is a direct connection. And because of that direct connection, you also get the best price on the market. So keep that in mind when you're shopping for CBD. You're also supporting our company. This was our staff back in 2019. We provide above living wage jobs for members of our Cortland community. So you're really supporting a sustainable farm and living wage jobs. Some unique things about Head and Heel. One, we harvest every single one of our plants by hand. This is Michael Stoker, our extraction manager, holding a pair of loppers. Every plant in our fields gets cut with those loppers. And we do that because we truly believe, and we know through testing, that hand harvesting produces a higher quality finished product. So it is a labor of love. You can see how huge the plants get. Stoker is at least 6 foot tall, so the plants are as tall as him. And we harvest these every year by hand, and then we hang dry them. This is a part of our CBD process to make CBD. So this is one of our many warehouses where we hang dry the hemp. Again, a long, slow, tedious labor of love, but we really truly believe that hang drying our hemp rather than putting it through an industrial blow dryer helps preserve cannabinoids and makes our product the highest quality on the market. Just a few more shots of what it's like to really be under those plants in our Cortland facility. And as I mentioned, we got our start in Syracuse. Wendy was one of the first stores that carried us after we started at the farmer's market. And we really just started at the farmer's market with a line of CBD. And CBD is one of the compounds that is found in the hemp plant and one of the most popular and well-known compounds that's found in the hemp plant. But as we started working with CBD and really surveying our customers, we started to understand why people are using CBD, because there's not much research out there, as hemp was just made legal in the United States in 2018. So we don't have much clinical research done. So we have to do a lot of this research by ourselves in-house. So we asked our customers, why are you using CBD? And you can see 29% indicated that they were using CBD for insomnia, for trouble sleeping at night. Most of these people mentioned that their issue was that they were waking up multiple times throughout the night. They're also having issues falling asleep. They're also having issues getting back to sleep after they've woken up in the middle of the night. And many of them were sleeping less than 7 hours per night. So if this sounds like you, if any of these sound like you, our customers are also experiencing these kinds of sleep issues. So when we started, we just had our CBD products, and people do take CBD to help with sleep. And we've had many reports that it does help improve sleep. Most of our customers, 47%, said that they woke up fewer times throughout the night. And then we did have people say they slept through the whole night. They were able to fall back asleep after waking up, and they slept for more hours. So We also survey our customers to understand what products they want. We've built our entire line based off of customer feedback. And when we asked our customers what kind of products they wanted us to do more research on, a sleep formula with CBD and other herbs was the number one product. So we thought to ourselves, well, CBD is clearly already really helping people with sleep. And people say they don't really like melatonin so much because it keeps them groggy the next day. We didn't want to confuse things with other herbs. So we started to do research, and we reached out to our seed breeder and asked them, what can we do to help improve the sedative effects of CBD, or how can we help people sleep better? And their answer was CBN. So our product takes our full spectrum CBD oil. This one has 10 milligrams per dropper of the full spectrum CBD oil that was helping people sleep. And then we gave it an extra boost by adding 10 milligrams of CBN to the mix. So what is CBN? I'm going to come back to the reviews. So what is CBN? CBN is one of hundreds of cannabinoids found naturally in the hemp plant. You can see there's all these other cannabinoids as well. CBG, which Wendy carries as well, our focus tincture, THC, CBD. These are all cannabinoids. And to get a little sciencey with you guys, this is how CBN is created. So all cannabinoids start as CBGA, or cannabigerol. Cannabigerol is called the mother cannabinoid because all cannabinoids start as CBG. It's the first cannabinoid to be found present in the plant. And as that plant matures, the CBG transforms into the other cannabinoids. It's kind of like going through puberty. So CBG becomes THC, which is the cannabinoid responsible for getting you high. It also becomes CBD, and it also becomes CBC. So where does CBN come in? CBN actually comes from THC. However, CBN will not get you high because it is 15 times less active than THC. And CBN comes from THC through this process. So we go from CBG, it converts to THC naturally in the plant. And then over time, when THC is exposed to heat and light over long periods of time, it converts into CBN. And CBN has a sedative effect. It is a cannabinoid with sedative effects. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. So we take that CBN with a sedative effect and we add it to our full spectrum CBD oil to create our sleep tincture. I wanted to read some real reviews from real customers because nothing convinces me more than understanding what other people's experience are. I have my own experience with CBN, but here is a few customer reviews. So these are real reviews from real customers. So this is Kimberly. Kimberly wrote, a well-rested customer. Hip, hip, hooray. This stuff works. I'm a professional insomniac. I've taken prescription medicine and over-the-counter medicine for a long time. I did not like how I felt the next day or the long-term side effects. So if that sounds like you, maybe this was something to listen to. I decided to try Head and Heel sleep formula and it worked. The first night, I'm a believer. Thank you from a happy and rested customer. I plan on trying other formulas. Wendy, I see that you're asking if you take CBN in the morning, will you feel groggy all day? I would not recommend taking CBN during the day. It is something that you should take 30 minutes before you're going to sleep. So do not take CBN during the day. I do find that it is sedating. So it is an evening time routine. All right, a few other reviews from Jan Q. This product works really well as a sleep aid. I don't use it every night, but every couple of days. So some of our customers find that they don't have to take it every night and still see improved sleep, but they can space it out. Jan says, not only does it work well when trying to get to sleep, but I find it also contributes to a more sound sleep experience at night. So Jan is finding that she's sleeping better throughout the night. Jesse, I believe, says better sleep. After many years of trying to fix insomnia with all kinds of over-the-counter medication without success, I found something that really works and doesn't make me feel sluggish the next day. So Wendy's asking, can you take CBD during the day and CBN at night? Is that too much? Absolutely not. It's not too much. You can absolutely take both CBD and CBN, and I actually do that. I like to use the trifecta, I call it, which is CBG in the morning for focus. Actually, I switch this around. I do CBD in the morning for anxiety. I do CBG in the afternoon and for focus instead of a second cup of coffee. And I do CBN at night 30 minutes before bed to help me sleep. So you can absolutely continue to take your CBD during the day, and you can add CBN to it. There's 10 milligrams per dropper, 10 milligrams of CBD per dropper like this in our CBN product. So if you were already, let's say, taking 40 milligrams of CBD during the day, you could reduce that down to 30 and then take a dropper of the CBN at night. Or you could just keep your normal dose. 10 milligrams is not that much. The reason that we want the CBD with the CBN is for the entourage effect. It has been shown that the cannabinoids work best together, synergistically, as an entourage. So we didn't want to have just a straight CBN isolate product because it would not work as well. So to us, it was very important to put that full spectrum CBD oil in there that has other cannabinoids as well that work synergistically with the CBN to help it be more efficacious. Hope that answers your question, Wendy. A few other reviews from customers. Vicky, I noticed a difference when I ran out of the CBN and CBD oil. So I went ahead and ordered more. With fibromyalgia, the REM sleep is disrupted. CBN helps give me the right kind of sleep, and I feel better when I wake up than without it. So this is really interesting to me. A lot of people say this about CBD and not so much CBN because they really notice when they're sleeping better. But with CBD, a lot of people say, I'm not sure I feel anything. And they take it for a few weeks and then they come off of it. And that is when they realize, oh, that was doing something that did help me. But with the CBN, people do pretty immediately see results of sleeping better through the night. Emily H, this product has really helped me to sleep better. One dropper before bed, and I've been sleeping through the night. Something that has been rare for me for a long time. Highly recommended. So these are some real reviews, real customers. I'm always blown away by all the incredible customer reviews that we get. Over 1,000 5-star reviews is something I'm so proud of, a milestone that we just hit here at Head and Heel. So we also do our own research in-house with our customers to understand whether or not the products are working for them. We sent this survey out a few weeks ago asking all of the customers who had bought CBN if their sleep improved after taking it. And we got 75% who said yes and 24% who said no. Now, I will be the first to admit CBD and cannabinoid therapies don't always work for everyone, but I think a 75% success rate on this initial group testing is pretty freaking good. I'm pretty happy about that. And if I was having bad sleep, I would do anything, pay anything, do anything to get a better night's sleep. And with a 75% chance with no negative side effects, I feel like giving CBN a try is a pretty good idea. So sleep is essential. As I was saying, you guys were saying that you have pretty poor sleep. The effects of sleep deprivation can be extremely detrimental to your life. The effects of sleep deprivation are cognitive impairment. So you know if you haven't slept in a while, your brain's just not quite working right. So cognitive impairment, memory lapses or loss, impaired moral judgment, severe yawning, I've never had that one happen, hallucination, and symptoms similar to ADHD, so lack of focus. Those are just the effects on the brain. It also causes poor immune system function when you have sleep deprivation. It can cause diabetes. It can give you an irregular heartbeat and risk of heart disease. It can cause aches and tremors and decreased reaction time throughout your body. And also leads to growth suppression, decreased temperature, and risk of obesity. So the effects of sleep deprivation can destroy your life. Not having good sleep can destroy your life. And it's so, so important to invest in good sleep. So how does CBN interact with our bodies? It's through something called the endocannabinoid system. And you may not have heard of the endocannabinoid system because it wasn't discovered until the 90s and isn't taught in our school systems, in our textbooks. So it's really an enlightening that we're all finally learning about this not new, it's been there forever, but this system that exists within all of our bodies. So we have endocannabinoids. Endocannabinoids are cannabinoids that are synthesized from within your body. You create endocannabinoids within your body. And then there are phytocannabinoids, which are cannabinoids that come from plants, which is so incredible to me that we have this clear connection between humans and plants, especially the cannabis plant, that the cannabis plant is creating these cannabinoids that we can find ourselves deficient in, just like we can find ourselves deficient in potassium or calcium. We can find ourselves deficient in cannabinoids. And by taking a phytocannabinoid, we can help support our endocannabinoid systems. So CBN is interacting with receptors that are found all throughout our bodies in our endocannabinoid system. Our endocannabinoid system has CB1 and CB2 receptors. Most of the CB1 receptors are in our brain, and the CB2 are throughout our bodies. And these receptors respond to cannabinoids and respond to cannabinoids therapies and are responsible for maintaining homeostasis throughout the body. So CBN is interacting with your endocannabinoid system. So that is my spiel on CBN. Wendy is carrying all of the Head and Heal products at Natur-Tyme, and it's 25% off for this month. So you can go to Natur-Tyme and find our products there. And Wendy said that when you ring up at the register, you'll get the 25% off. I'm happy to answer any questions about CBN, about our products, about Head and Heal, about CBD, if anyone has any specific questions for me. All right, Karine, I see you're raising your hand. Let me figure out how to do this. Attendees. Karine. Oh, it makes you talk. Hi, Karine, can you hear me? Karine, I'm gonna ask you to unmute and then you can ask your question. Hi, Karine, can you hear me? Let's see, if you guys can just type your questions into the chat, that would be easiest for me. If you take pharmaceuticals, does CBN interact? Let me just. Sorry. Okay. If you take pharmaceuticals, does CBN interact? There's very limited research on interactions of cannabinoids and medicine. If you are on pharmaceuticals, I would absolutely encourage you to discuss with your primary care doctor if you plan on trying out a cannabinoid product and you're on pharmaceuticals. Do you know if someone with vertigo will have any issues with the CBN and CBD? Karine, I am not familiar with vertigo and CBD and CBN. So again, I would recommend speaking with your doctor. The other thing that you could do is join Head and Heels private Facebook group, and I will leave the link in the chat here. We have a private Facebook group where we talk about everything CBD, and we have a community of over 1,000 people who are taking our products, who are sharing their stories. So we had somebody ask the other week about CBD and breastfeeding. We had somebody ask the other week about CBD and fibromyalgia. So you can post your question in the group. Here's the link. You can post your question in the group, and we can see if anyone in our group has experienced vertigo, and see if they have any experience with CBD and CBN. My recommendation would be to start with a very low dose. So you could start with a quarter of a dropper, for example. All of our droppers are graduated. I don't know if you can see that. They have lines. So you could start with just a very small dose at the 0.25 and see how you respond, and then work your dose up from there if you aren't feeling vertigo. Does one take the dropper full straight or put it in water? I recommend taking a full dropper and placing it right under your tongue, holding it for a few seconds and then swallowing. It does taste, have a hempy, grassy taste to it. This is CBD oil, so I'm not going to pass out. It's just going to make me calmer for the day. But I would recommend taking it under the tongue. You can put it in water, but it's oil and water, so it will just kind of float on the top. But if you wanted to mix it into your tea at night, 30 minutes before bed, and work that into your ritual, you absolutely could do that. What other kinds of questions do you guys have about CBN and CBD and sleep? All right. Looks like no more questions. So I wanted to thank Natur-Tyme for hosting me today. Make sure you go into the stores. It's May 26th right now. So you've got until Monday to get to the store and try the CBN for 25% off. Wendy will always have them in store. And this has been such a treat because through COVID, we haven't been able to come in stores and do education and demos like we usually do. And so this is our first time really being able to communicate with our Natur-Tyme customers and do some virtual training and education, which is really at the core of what we do. We love educating. We love bringing cannabinoid therapies to the masses and really educating our community about the benefits of this plant. There's no reason that you should be having bad sleep. We want you guys to sleep through the night and be healthy. So if this has been insightful to you, please give CBN a try. Please join our Facebook group. We'll be on at 7 talking about CBD and Lyme disease if you're interested in that topic. And I'll be sure to share this link and recording with Wendy so she can share it all with you. I hope everybody has a really great night. Thank you so much for having me. One last question. If you think your lack of sleep is related to pain, should you use CBD or the CBN CBD combo? Oh, Karine, that's a good idea. Good question. It depends on what kind of pain you're having. If you could give me an idea of like what the pain is related to, I might be able to give you an answer. But usually, as I said, I use all three. I use CBD, I use CBN, shoulder pain and joint issues. CBD is a very strong anti-inflammatory. And people find that it reduces inflammation that causes shoulder pain and joint issues. We have CBD that you can take as a tincture. And if you're in chronic pain, taking a CBD tincture every single day on a routine over time will help reduce that inflammation in your body and hopefully help reduce the shoulder pain and joint issues. The other thing that we have is a topical product. We have balms, which are in a stick. I don't have any of them around me right now, but they're in a stick form that you can apply directly to your shoulder or your joint issues. We also have a lotion that you can apply directly to those issues, and people find great results with those as well. So if you're really in a lot of pain, I would take CBD internally, probably about 40 milligrams per day. The average adult takes about 40 milligrams per day. And then I would probably try topical as well. My favorite is our CBD balm with arnica. It's made with beeswax, arnica, and St. John's wort, which are also very strong anti-inflammatories. And then I would take a dropper of the CBN at night to get through the night and get some better sleep. But if pain is the root cause of your lack of sleep, maybe starting with the root cause of the pain, which is probably inflammation, would be the best place to start. So if you had to choose one, I would choose two. If you had to choose two, I would start with a 600 milligram CBD oil, which is our purple bottle, this one that I just took right here. And then the purple, either lotion or balm, the arnica balm or arnica lotion are both going to be super effective on specific targeted areas where you have inflammation that's causing pain. Is that helpful? Any questions? Awesome. Great. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I hope that I gave you a little bit of more information about CBN that is helpful. And you can always join our Facebook group to let me know if you have any questions or contact us online. Make sure you're following Head and Heel on Instagram so you can watch behind the scenes as we grow our hemp crop this season. We are going to be planting in the fields pretty soon here. So thank you all so much for coming, and have a great night.